Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from On The Flip Market, and today I have a video that's going to be a little bit earlier of an upload. What we're going to be bringing for you guys today is a Champions League update. I know all of you guys have a bunch of Champions League cards. If not, you guys are interested in that market. So I'm going to bring you guys that update. If you guys enjoyed today, drop me a thumbs up. If you guys are excited for Champions League, let me know in the comments down below. I know that this is a video that is going to be very helpful because a lot of you guys have these cards and I want to talk about them and I want to just kind of get on the same page as a lot of you guys. I mean, talk about what's going on with them and everything like that. So as you guys know that it's going to start back up this week, let's do a little bit of a quick just kind of double check with you guys. Just so you know, guys, for the Champions League, if whatever team wins the first game this week of the first leg of the round of 16, they're going to get an upgrade. So just so you guys know that that's going to happen. And then if they win the whole thing, they'll get a second upgrade. That's only for the round of 16. And so that's not in the Europa League. That's just in the Champions League. But they will be getting an upgrade whoever wins the first game. So that's something to keep in mind. And that's why these cards, if you guys haven't checked the market already, are rising. Now, before we get into the video, just so you guys know that I'm not price fixing anything, just to put some legitimacy to myself, I only had a few Renato Sanchez's. I haven't gone crazy on these cards, and I probably won't because I just missed the window, basically. I've been so busy with streaming and content that I haven't had a lot of time. I bought a Tejas at 225, an Oreo at 125, and I'll probably sell these pretty damn soon. They're getting pretty expensive. Kimpembe at 290 and a Renato at 200. So I'll probably take the money on these pretty soon, guys. They're getting really high, and that's kind of what I'm trying to talk to you guys about today. The hype of the Champions League is unbelievable, and yes, guys, some of these cards are going to explode upon their team winning or upon some kind of upgrade. However, I just think it's a move for you guys to be very careful. A lot of these cards are getting extremely out of control in price, and I think that's something that you should keep in mind. Jesse Lingard right now is 250K, guys, and he's gone up about a lot. And the reason why this card is going up so much and the reason why this card is going up so much is I believe that Manchester United, I got to switch screens, hold on. I believe that Manchester United is at home the first game versus PSG. Apparently it's coming in that Neymar is 100% not playing and Cavani is not playing and a bunch of people are not playing. So everyone's excited, expecting Man U to win. Just be careful, guys. I don't know how much more these guys are going to rise. Jesse Lingard would be an 87 rated cam, and I just don't know how much more he would be than 250. So just kind of you gotta start to recognize at a certain point how much higher can these kind of cards actually go, and I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how much higher these cards can actually go. They're getting extremely high, and I'm starting to question some of them. Can they go really much higher? Fabinho's at 500, where that's getting pretty on the higher edge of things. In my opinion, I think that's getting a little bit higher. Aguero's 2 million. I had the opportunity to buy this at 1.7. You got to sell these guys. They're getting out of control. I know that the hype of the Champions League is crazy. Sterling is a little bit more justified because Sterling has a potential really big winter upgrade coming, and City's got a nice little first round draw where they're going to probably win the first game versus, I think they play Schalke. They're going to win the first game most likely, and then they'll win the second game, which means that if they win the first game and then they win the round, he's going to get a +2, and during winter upgrades, he's going to go to 91. So that one's good. That one's got a really good appeal to it, and I can understand that one. I think your best bet, guys, if you guys are watching this video or anything like that, I think your best bet is to start to look at selling the cards you guys have for this week's games and starting to buy into next week's games. Now, as you guys can see, I don't really have a lot of the funds. I bought a lot of Fantas, and I'm kind of just trading and flipping a lot of other cards, but that's a really good move for a lot of you guys. I know that that's something that for me, I think you guys could do really well off. Like Nacho Fernandez right now is 204K. That's really expensive. I don't know how much higher you guys are going to want to get out of Nacho Fernandez than 204K. I mean, Florenzi's 280. Quadrado's 400, but that's not that inflated compared to what he's been. But just looking around the board at some things, a lot of people, you can tell, a lot of people are just decided that Barca's going to get it. Barca, I think everyone thinks Barca's just going to win. Because if we go pull up the UCL Live 2 squad, Suarez is exploding. Suarez is absolutely exploding on the market. Like, Suarez is going so high. So that's something as well. Now, the difference between Champions League and Europa League is pretty big. Europa League is different, guys, in the way that they're not going to get an actual upgrade after one game. If you guys watch the FAQ here, it says they advance to the knockout stage, you'll get the upgrade. So they're not going to get the upgrade after one game. But what I will tell you about Europa League is that if the team, say Rebic or Ben Yedder, whoever they play for, if they have a convincing win in the first game, like if they win like 6-0, then essentially everyone's going to buy in because everyone's going to be like, all right, they've got it. They're going to get the win and sort of something like that. If you guys do you guys understand that? So that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. Like they're still the same, even though they're not getting that direct first round upgrade as Champions League cards, they're still kind of the same. Because people will still act and pretend like they are, and they will just still have the same amount of hype as a generalized Champions League card. So that's where I'm looking at those cards and saying, okay, I think they're still going to have a lot of hype. Now, obviously, there's really two interesting ones that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Well, there's three interesting ones. I think. Where is Philip? I want to pull up Philip, and I want to go back to this squad and pull up Aurier. So these players are interesting. Dortmund's playing Spurs. I think Dortmund's away first game. Obviously, Pulisic and Philip are extremely high in price. What I'm hoping for is this would be the scenario that you're hoping for. If Spurs win the first game, Aurier is going to explode because he's going to get an upgrade, and that's going to be a really overpowered BPL right back. So he's going to go up to like 200K. What would happen potentially is that Philip and Pulisic would get panic sold a lot. That would happen a lot. Now, I would love the buy-in for this and this because I think it has a significant value to it. If Dortmund wins that round of 16 matchup, if they end up winning the net, kind of like if they win it, he's getting a +2 because they get inform upgrades. It's not just +1 guys. So Philip would go to an 86 if you guys kind of understand that. Now, the reason why this card went so crazy this week, by the way, I know a lot of you guys are like, Nick, why did that card explode this week? A9 Skills made a video on him being a beast, so he went up 20K. And going up with the Champions League hype, obviously, I understand that. Renato Sanchez is another guy that I got my eyes on. That game's next week. I mean, I don't want to buy at 238. I'm not buying at 240, so it's kind of ship has sailed. I sold 2 at 250 last night. For me, it's kind of like the ship has gone on that one. But, yeah, and it's funny. You can kind of see almost like where people are backing their bets. Like Douglas Costa and Cuadrado are really high, and Griezmann's live has not even moved. It's collecting dust. It hasn't moved in forever. Like, nobody is expecting Atletico to beat Juventus. So, I'll tell you this, guys. I want to give you guys a few cards like when you're watching the games this week. I don't know if this game is this week or next week, just in the next 2 weeks. This card is going to explode if they beat Juventus first game. Or just because it's a Griezmann upgrade, this card's going to go way over a mil. It's probably going to go 1-1 or 1-2. The thing is, like with City, is that I think a lot of people expect Aguero and City to win. So I don't know how much higher Aguero's going to go than what he is right now. I can't really see him going that much higher. Fabinho, this whole dynamic of this Bayern versus Liverpool first round game is really interesting because Liverpool does not have Van Dijk or Gomez, I believe. So they're pretty short-handed defensively. I think Fabinho's going to probably play center back. It's not that anything matters for this card, but I just think it's really interesting, and I think Bayern is being really written out. So I don't know. I would look at some Bayern UCLs for the first game because Bayern looks like to me that they could be that team that kind of steals that first round game and gets that upgrade. So Renato could get the +2 and James could go up to a 91, where James would be 200 plus if he goes there. And I think what you guys have to understand is that these are all live cards at this point in time. None of them are dead because they've all advanced. So I mean, I think that's important. This I think I'm gonna sell this, guys. Like, this is getting out of control. This is 59,000 coins. This isn't even a good card, and they play against Juventus. So, Juventus, sorry. I know you guys get triggered when I say that. But this is really high, guys. So, I might consider getting out of that. That's really high. I don't know how much higher or how many more coins you're going to want out of this card. I had advised this way back when everything was starting. I said, guys, put one in your club and forget about it. I forget what we bought at, but we bought it really low. 36, and I even bought high. I think a lot of people watching me bought it like 35. If you guys were a guy who bought a few of those, man, it might be time to offload. That is really high, and I don't think they're going to beat Juventus. So you might want to offload. This card, if Atletico, this card's going to go really high very soon. If Juventus end up winning both legs of the first round, this card's going to go over 500. I can guarantee that because he's going to go to 99 pace. People are going to buy into that like crazy. So there's a certain value with that card that people are going to love. It's Brazilian. It's Douglas Costa. You guys know how that goes. I originally bought in like crazy that card. I bought it at 300 a while ago, and this is probably where I bought in, and it just never really moved, and I never really was able to get out because it just never moved, and I was tied up with so many coins that, yeah. But guys, the Champions League hype is unbelievable. Everyone's gonna be watching the games this week. Everybody's gonna be. These cards are gonna get. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are sitting on your couch or sitting watching these games as the games go, you guys are going to see literally panic selling by the minute. You guys are going to see people buying cards, selling cards. It's going to be really, really nuts to watch how these cards pan out. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a fun week of trading. It's going to be fun for these cards. I wanted to talk about these. I still think Cavani's undervalued. I think you have a bunch of potential boomers that if they do win, they're going to go really high. I think Cavani's in there. I think Costa's high, but I think he's still going to go high. I think James is in there in the equation. I think Tagliafico's in the equation. I think Cuadrado's a little undervalued. I think Kimpembe's definitely in the equation. I think Davinson's in the equation. Davinson's 400 plus if Spurs win the first leg. So you got a lot of that. Tays is going to go up a lot, in my opinion. So that's what we're looking at, guys. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of update. If you want another update, if you want to talk more, if you want me to do a Q&A of responding to your guys' questions in the comments, just drop me a thumbs up, and I will totally do stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching, man. Happy Monday. Happy Champions League week. And I'll see you guys in video soon. Peace out.